and happy Make It Monday. Welcome to another episode with me, your host, Laura Buechler of Inkyfingers Papercrafting. As always, I'm excited to get crafty with you today because creativity is fun, creativity is important, and creativity is for everyone. Yes. All right. I'm excited. We are going to do something fun today. But before we start, I want to make sure you know to stick around till the end of the video because we will be giving away this lovely card that we made last time on Make It Monday. So my wonderful assistant Stevie is going to come and take that away for us. And Stevie will be back to tell us who won that card. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Stevie. I'll see you later. Okay, so let's switch our camera here and get going. Isn't this pretty? This is made with the Labeled with Love bundle. And I'll tell you something really cool about this bundle. I mean, first of all, it's such an adorable, cute little stamp set that you could use for like everything. This is one of those like must have because you're going to use this all the time. Cute little sentiments and iconography that fits on everything, right? And you can bundle it with your choice of either a punch or a set of 3 dies that will cut this exact same shape. And because there's 3 of them, you can be even more efficient. As you can see, I chose the punch. That's the way I roll. And we are going to use that punch today for what we're going to make. All right, so let's take that off to the side and get started here. I have got a piece of the In Color Petunia Pop Designer Series paper. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on my matte layer of basic white. Oh boy, my adhesive's getting low. I've been crafting a lot here. Come on, adhesive, work with me, baby. There it goes. Okay. So what have you been up to? Have you been doing any crafting? Did you get any crafting done on the weekend? Drop me a comment and let me know. I've been doing a lot of preparation for my Fancy Folds class, which is coming up this Thursday. And I'm excited for that. I have 5 people coming. And I'm thinking I'm going to offer this class again in the fall. So if you're interested in that, whether you're watching live or on the replay, please let me know. Just put Fancy Folds in the comments and I'll know that you're interested. And if I get enough people interested, I will hold it again. So I'm already playing with my ribbon here because before I put this onto my card base, I want to add some ribbon. And yes, I'm using a different color. I'm using Peach Pie ribbon. I've got Petunia Pop paper and Blackberry Bliss cardstock. I promised you that today's card would be colorful, and it is. I'm really playing it up with color. And I'm going to show you, please remind me if I forget, I'm going to show you a little bit later the color wheel and how I chose those main colors for my card. Okay, so there we go. We've got that attached on there. Now we're ready to really play with the shapes that we need to make. Okay, I'm going to start with punching out 3 of these labels on basic white cardstock. Now, as I said, you could, instead of getting the punch like I did, you could get the dies, and it's a set of 3 dies. They cut the same shape. Here we go. And you could cut all 3 of them at once. All right. Looking very cute. I really like the shape of that label. It's just kind of classic, right? It's just a classic shape. All right. And then I'm going to grab my old olive ink pad. And we have got some stamps in the Labeled with Love stamp set that are 2-step stamps. You've heard me talk about this before. We've got leaves, and then these flowers are going to fit exactly in the spaces between the leaves so that you can choose what color you want your leaves and your flowers to be. They can be 2 separate colors. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to have old olive, old olive leaves. Sorry, I got distracted because something on my camera is looking really weird and I'm trying to fix it. There we go. And then I'm going to have 3 different colors of flowers. There, that looks a little better. My weird camera angle distracted me. I'm highly distractible. Okay, so that looks good. I, of course, have my Stampin' Pierce mat underneath where I'm stamping because, as you will have noticed, these are photopolymer stamps. All right, so I want 1 set of pink flowers, 1 set of petunia pop flowers, and 1 set of peach pie flowers. And these are all are new in colors. Well, they are 3 of our 5 new in colors. How about just to prevent myself from making silly mistakes, I won't open more than 1 ink pad at a time. That's a good plan. And let's get the Stampin' Chamois right here on hand so that we're ready for that. Okay. Pretty in pink. Now I want to put my face right above where I'm stamping so that I can see and line up where these flowers are going to go. Let me try and zoom in for a moment so you can see what I'm talking about. It is hard to do with the phone in between my face and the project, but I just want to show you. I'm turning it from side to side and trying to make sure that it lines up the way I want it to. And when it does, that's when I'm going to stamp. All right, now I'm going to move the phone out of the way so that I can actually see what I'm doing. Hey, Carol, thanks for tuning in. All right, so that is what that looks like. See what I mean when I say the flowers are going to fill in those spaces between the leaves? Isn't that cool? Love it. Oh, I see a couple people have given me some thumbs up and some love hearts. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. If you are enjoying what you're learning here on Make It Monday, then I would just love to see you put a heart or a thumbs up or leave a comment, or all 3 would be just wonderful, because that helps Facebook to know that our content here on Make It Monday is fun, right? Okay, there's our peach pie flowers. Very pretty. Thank you, Carol. Okay, and then we're going to do petunia pop. Got to clean the stamp in between. Right. Here we go. Petunia pop. And there it is. Oh, look at our pretty flowers. Gorgeous, right? Beautiful colors, beautiful flowers. All right, so the next thing I want to do, I'm actually just going to put these off to the side for the moment, and I'm going to get my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I have got one of the Stylish Shapes dies, just one of the smaller circle ones, and I'm going to cut a small circle out of basic white cardstock again. And this is where we're going to put our sentiment. Carol, have you been doing any crafting lately? Did you get any crafting done on the weekend? There we go. Lovely circle with a little stitched outline. And here is where I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday. And I am using yet another ink color. This time it's going to be Blackberry Bliss. And Happy Birthday is from the Labeled with Love stamp set. See this cute little sentiment here? You know I love a mixed font stamp set. And I'm going to add an extra touch of awesome to this. What I've got here is a sponge dauber. Now these come in a set of, I believe, 5, could be 6. And you put them over your finger like I've done here. Maybe this will be easier to see if I move that mat. And you just brush them against the edges of whatever shape it is that you want to use sponge daubing on. And you get this nice ink outline around it. Now, why that makes a difference is because I should have showed before and after, but here we are. When I put it against this paper, it's going to really, really pop, right? Because now we've got this bold outline. And even more important, when it's against these two, these other pieces of basic white cardstock, this cardstock is still going to be very well defined because it's got this circle around it. Okay, Carol's been making treasure boxes. Oh my gosh. Is that as fun as it sounds? Because that sounds really fun. What kind of treasures are they full of? They're for Sunday school. And bookmarks? That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to take my 3 labels here, flip them over, and I'm going to add dimensionals. And I'm just going to do one at the bottom and one at the top for each of these. And that's because the middle is going to be over top of the ribbon. And I don't want to put a dimensional in the ribbon because then it'll kind of pull on the ribbon. So I don't want to do that. Okay, there's my take your pick tool. Wow, my little desktop garbage bin was a long way away. Does that count as my stretching if I had to reach way over there to pick it up? I'm going to say yes. Okay, butterflies, fish, and dragonflies. Nice. Okay. So here's my 3 sets of flowers. And actually, I've just happened to flip them over in the exact order that I want them to be in. So what I want to do now, of course, I want to try to get them even on this paper. So I'm going to put them down onto the card front, but I'm not pressing them down. I'm just laying them gently there so that I can look at that and go, does that look even? First of all, I want to move them up a little bit. But yeah, it looks pretty even in terms of a border around all 3 of them and the border between all 3 of them. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to move that one over a bit. See, I'm going to fuss with it. I'm a little bit fussy. I try not to be, but I kind of am. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with it. Now I'm going to press it down. Now the dimensionals are stuck. Now there's no more fussing. All right, now I'm going to grab my beautiful peach pie ribbon again. And remember that peach pie ribbon is matching these flowers right here. And I'm going to snip a little piece. And I'm just going to slide it in here and tie a little knot. I think I said this recently. I can't remember if it was at a class or on a video, that I know some people are quite intimidated by tying bows for their projects. But the thing is, you don't always have to tie a bow. You can just tie a knot. And that looks pretty cool, right? That looks just fine. It doesn't have to be a big fancy bow. Okay, so we're happy with that. Now we just need our sentiment. And our sentiment is going to pop right down here. Now, we've already put these on with dimensionals. If I were to put dimensionals all over the back of this, then the top part of this sentiment that's stuck on here would have double dimensionals behind it, right? We don't want that. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I have dimensionals on the bottom and then just a little bit of adhesive on the top here so that it's going to attach to these other label shapes. So where is my adhesive? It's buried under my ribbon. This never happens to you, right? I'm the only one who's a really messy crafter. I'm the only one who, my desk looks perfectly neat and tidy before I start, and then 5 minutes later, it's somehow a disaster, and I have no idea how. I know, it's only me. Okay, so this time I'm just using my little mini dimensionals. And I've got adhesive here. And I'm going to pop those off. And that's going to go right in there. Happy birthday. Now, what do we need, friends? We need bling. Okay, let's take a moment to clean up that happy birthday stamp. And I've got some gorgeous iridescent pearls that I can add to this card. Now, I could, if I wanted to, color these iridescent pearls and really make them pop in this project. Do I have a blend that would do well with that? I haven't bought the blends for the new In Colors yet, but you know what I do have? I have Old Olive. I'm going to get my Old Olive blend and color some of these pearls, and then it's going to match with these beautiful stems. Cool idea, right? There we go. I'm going to do 1 large and 2 small. All right, so I'm going to give that a couple of seconds to dry. It won't take very long, but while that is happening, I want to show you the color wheel. So this is something that I used at my recent color coordination class, which I was so excited to teach. This is a tool that I was given when I went to Onstage in Houston earlier this year, but Stampin' Up! Is working on bringing this out as a supply item so that customers and demonstrators will be able to buy it. It is so cool. It has so many ways to help you find colors for your project. And Stampin' Up! Is working hard on bringing this tool out to you. There is a version of it in your catalog, and really the only difference is you can't turn this thing and have it be interactive. But it's coming. So first of all, I want to say the color coordination class was super fun and informative, I am told by the attendees. So if you are interested in taking the color coordination class and you get to walk away with a full set of color swatches, you get to do a lot of playing with color and find out what looks good to you, and you get a printed tutorial all about color coordination, please put in the comments color coordination. And then I will know that you're interested in it, because I would love to teach that class again in the fall. All right, so how did I choose the colors for this card? I knew I wanted to use Petunia Pop. So there's Petunia Pop right here on the color wheel. And I just went and put Petunia Pop in my complementary window. Complementary means they go well together. And there we have Blackberry Bliss on one end. And then I looked over from here and followed the lines where it says Triadic and tried to find the right green to go with it. And Old Olive is kind of over in this area here. But I'll be honest with you, I just love Old Olive and I knew it would work. So that's how I chose the colors. Blackberry Bliss and Petunia Pop were complementary to each other. I already knew that Petunia Pop was going to go with Pretty in Pink and Peach Pie because they're in a color family together. And then I chose green. I kind of chose my favorite green that I knew would work. Okay, speaking of our favorite green that we knew would work, let's bring in these pearls and add them to our card. So beautifully colored green pearls, and even though they've been colored green, they're still awfully shiny and iridescent. Isn't that pretty? So there we go. There is today's Make It Monday card. Very colorful, some fun techniques, 2-step stamping, sponge daubing, and coloring your pearls. And we showed the Labeled with Love stamp set, and you can get that with either dies or a punch like I did. And remember, when you buy it as a bundle, you save 10%. Okay, speaking of which, I've just got one more announcement to make before we give away a card. It's July 29th today. July 31st is on Wednesday, and that is the end of the bonus days earning period. So you have today, tomorrow, and Wednesday to place your qualifying order of $60 or more to get a bonus days coupon to use on your August order. So if you would like to shop online, you can go to inkyfingers.ca and place your order, or you can contact me and I'll get your order in ASAP, and then you can get your bonus days coupon, right? Perfection. Okay, am I ready to give away a card now? I believe I finally am. Whew, lots to chat about today. Stevie, you're finally on. Come on back, pal. What do we got? All right, here comes Stevie. Hi, Stevie. All right, who won last week's card? Carol! Yay! Carol, congratulations. And Carol's right here watching live with me. I will be sending this in the mail to you, Carol, my friend. And for the rest of you, if you'd like a chance to win today's card, just go ahead and share the video. Leave a comment below that you've shared, and maybe you'll be getting this card in the mail next time. All right, that's it for today's Make It Monday, friends. Thank you so much for joining me either live or on the replay. Remember that you can purchase all the products shown in this video and all my Make It Monday videos on my website, inkyfingers.ca. And you'll also find more project tutorials, my events calendar for in-person and virtual events, the current catalog, and the sign up for my email newsletter. Have a great day, everyone. Take some time to get creative, and happy stamping. Bye-bye.